Hey my Geminis, what's going on? I'm sorry for being so close to the camera. Just wanted to make sure that my camera is recording. What is going on? Happy birthday, happy born day, happy solar return day, whatever it is, it all is the same. So, how are y'all doing, my Geminis? I hope that you guys have had an amazing day so far. And so with that being said, I am not going to take too much of your time. We are going to get right into your reading. Now, just for a recap, if you guys remembered the shout out video that I just uploaded for you prior to uploading this actual reading of you, I did mention that this month, June, is bringing a lot of planetary energy, but I made specific mention of Pluto and that of Jupiter. And so with that being said, what does that mean for not only you Geminis, but for all of us? But because this is your solar return day in which you are kicking off this month of June, there is some important symbolism and an energetic message that is coming in strong simply because of all the planetary activities that is at play now. That is going to be something very significant for all of us, all right? But especially for you Geminis, it's going to work in your favor. How so? Let's get into it. Before we get into your actual spread, let me just make mention as to what this month of moon, all right, we're not about a moon phase, but this month of June is really about. All right, so right quick, the month of June pops off with a focus of moral commitment and transformation, meaning that June gets started with the positive vibes of optimistic planet of Jupiter that has now entered into you guys' sign, Gemini. Jupiter is as well also making a potent trine alignment to transformational Pluto, which has been deemed, the planet Pluto has been deemed the god of death and rebirth, which equates to transformation. Its transformational effects remain with us for the entire month. So let's stop here. With planet Jupiter in effect that is going to be in existence during the whole month of June, that is good for all of us. But because it's in this month, you can say your birthday month, Gemini, even though your birthday is today, but it still is your birthday month. Take advantage, take hold of what this planet Jupiter is going to mean for you and all of us. It's something very special. Out of all the planets, the planet that we really want in our sign, in our energy, or just planetarily, is that of planet Jupiter, because it's about good luck. It's about success. It's about expansion. It's about an energy that is going to help catapult us into something very positive on our journey, be it personal or spiritual. All right, and we're going to get into those areas to see what is coming up and what it really would mean for you. Continuing, so again, for emphasis, it's about transformation. And so you can say that a metamorphosis is in the air. And with Gemini being that of the air element, Pluto's presence calls out among us each of our particular values, a natural sense of what counts as our individual truth as to what is right, what is not, what is truth versus what is lies, as we continue our process of evolutionary growth into a greater personal authenticity. Know that at the core, who you really are, and trust in your own individual moral compass to see you through. So it's asking us, right, or encouraging us to follow, for you particularly, you Geminis, to follow your inner moral compass. That means trusting in your intuition, trusting and respecting what it is that you feel sincerely at the bottom, deep. Going within deeply into your soul when it comes to whatever area, whether it is personal, spiritual, matters of the heart, love, or when it comes to matters surrounding your career or your job. Go down into your inner core to find your inner compass, to see what lies ahead, what is truthful for you. And that means being in your authenticity. All right. So that is just a synopsis of what this whole month of June will mean for you, but for all of us as well. So with that being said, let's get into your guys' reading, because for those of you that have not maybe celebrated yet, and you kind of want to wait until a little bit later, but you kind of want to know what Meaningful Intuitive Guided Tarot has in store for us. Now, this is a weekly reading. It is a general reading for the collective of you Geminis, regardless of your placement, sun, moon, or rising. And just, how these readings go. Not all the messages is going to resonate, of course, but it can. And I feel, as always, intuitively, I always feel that there's a message. Even if I don't get any feedback and comment confirming that it is, I know it's going to hit home for one of you Geminis. All right. And if it does, you know what to do. Speaking of sharing your feedback, you can always drop your feedback into the comment section and let me know. Now, by any chance, if any part of this reading don't quite resonate, or maybe a little bit of it does, maybe there might be a message when it comes to your personal and spiritual area, there might be a message that resonates. If not, then now we go over to love and relationships. That might be a message in there for you. And if not, when it comes over to the area of money and finance surrounding your job or career, there might be a message there. But whatever part resonates, and if it doesn't resonate, if anytime you feel you will want a more extended reading behind this energy surrounding your month or just this day moving forward, I am open for private sessions. Information will be linked in the description box where you can book a personal with me. All right, so with all of that being said, let's get right into it. And by the way, as I glance over, so you guys know that not only am I gifting you this 3-part weekly reading, that, by the way, I did mention it's going to actually linger for the duration of this month because of the planetary influence that is happening. So just for a sidebar, if you don't see any of this happening right now, or any of these areas in terms of the message that is coming out don't quite hit just yet, give it a day, give it a week, give it the week forward. But somehow this will shift in some kind of way for you. All right. So aside from this and me gifting you this, as you can see, I have also gifted you this virtual cupcake in honor of your special day, my Geminis. So now we're going to get into your reading. I promise I will try to keep it very short, simple, and to the point. So we're going to kick off your reading with the first area when it comes to your personal and spiritual developmental growth. The energy message that I picked up on when preparing your cards for this area is this: be authentic, speak your truth and not the truth. There's a difference in speaking a truth versus speaking your truth. Communicate the truth of a situation. So whatever situation that you Geminis might be in when it comes to the personal aspect particularly, you need to kind of, again, remember, going back to that overall synopsis of what June is about, it is about your moral truth, your moral inner compass, trusting what it is that you feel and then communicating it. All right, so let's see. So when pulling out, what would be the strongest overall energy for you guys that will set the theme? What is the energy that will surround you when it comes to personal and spiritual growth? Is that of the Ace of Swords or the Ace of Air. So you see it as the Ace of Air, but it still translates into the Ace of Swords. And if you know by now, you know when it comes to the different suits, the suit of swords is you guys' energy. So it's connected to air energy, and you being an air sign. I love it when I do a spread or a reading and the energy of the cards come out that correlate or corresponds with the sign. Now, it doesn't mean, that if it doesn't, that the message is not, no. It's just that the fact that you came out with your own energy and with that of the Ace of Swords, it just really kind of adds a little bit more concentration on that from starting from today into the week. And as I mentioned, it's going to spill over, linger over for the rest of this month. There's a high, strong focus about communication, because swords is the mental suits, but it's also that of communication, which is very highly highlighted during this time for you. So Ace of Swords, again, is about some sort of truth, your truth. This is the time that you Geminis are going to have to, when it comes to a personal situation, right? You would know how it will apply for you, because each of you have different scenarios, different situations that is going on in your personal life. But you would know, but it's asking you with the Ace of Swords energy to speak your truth. It really correlates with that of what the message of, planetarily and astrologically, what it is when it comes to the month of June. So you are exactly, you can say, right in the crux of the energy, which means that you guys are going to be strongly impacted by both Pluto and that of Jupiter. All right. So moving down to get a little bit more clarity about what this energy of the Ace of Swords will mean for you guys moving forward, the two cards that came out was that of the Five of Cups and the Nine of Cups. Okay, and by the way, I am excited because this is a new tarot deck that I just purchased and I'm using for the first time. There we go. I have to lean it back so you can see. 5 cups to the 9 of Cups. So it's a new tarot deck, so I'm very excited, but I love it. Like, it really gives me different images other than the images that I usually use. I've been using the same tarot decks for a minute, and so I needed to kind of change it up a bit. So anyway, what does this mean? How does this explain and clarify more about the Ace of Swords? Well, the Five of Cups, definitely when it comes to you, first of all, when it comes to a personal situation, for the majority of you, it's going to signify that of a situation in the love department. All right, so even though we haven't even touched upon that area yet, it's showing up that there is a personal situation that is going on in a matter when it comes to love, a relationship. Or if it's not a relationship, it is somebody that you are connected to when it comes to that. Now, Cups is connected to that of the water sign. So for some of you, you might be dealing with a water sign, whether it's a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces, right? But it shows that there is some sort of a disconnection that is about to occur. That maybe there is something that, speaking of truth, you are needing to be honest about and speak your truth. Now, when I combine both the messages, because every time when we move over to the next area of love, it's the message from the personal that spills over. And so right now, where I combine the areas, right, it's definitely showing that when it comes to some sort of connection that you are involved in with somebody, whether it's a relationship, or someone that you're even dating. Maybe, when it comes to love, there's always that question in terms of, or the opinions when it comes to putting a label on the status of a relationship. So whether you believe in that, it don't necessarily define, but it's like, are you in a relationship where you guys have said, this is my boyfriend, this is my girlfriend? Or are you just dating? Because to date somebody doesn't mean a relationship. So again, you would know how that means for you. So if you're in a relationship with someone, if you are dating someone, particularly of maybe water sign, doesn't have to be, but of water sign, or it could be even another air sign. But I feel strongly that for some of you Geminis, you might be involved with someone of water sign, because there's a sense of you, I feel, actually intuitively, I feel that for the past few weeks, or maybe even a few months, some of you have been on the fence about speaking your truth. And so now that it is the beginning of June, I feel that some of you have been struggling to speak your truth and to be honest about a situational or a situationship when it comes to matters of the heart. Because the Five of Cups is that energy. It's like you are feeling, your emotions are involved here, and you haven't been able to really, maybe you've been like, I feel, holding back from expressing how you feel about where, or just about the person itself. So you would know how that will play for you. Now, for others of you, if you're in a relationship and have been for a minute, maybe for a year or a couple of months, the Nine of Cups here shows that you may not be quite fulfilled in that relationship. Maybe whatever it is, you may feel that there might be some elements of the relationship, some type of dynamics that maybe you feel it's not right for you. And maybe you are needing to maybe express that to the person that you're connected to, but haven't been able to. And I feel that this might be the period of time that you guys, again, and keeping in the theme of the month of June and what it means, you are going to, as well, with the Ace of Swords, let me bring it to you, bring it up to you, speaking your truth. It's like now is the month. Aces also, being that this is an ace, not only does it involve communication, not only it's involving that of the mental suit, but it's also about something new, kicking off. So a brand new day, a brand new month, that means that whether it's today, whether it's within the week, but somehow within this month, you Geminis are being called to be very honest with somebody that you are connected to. And so that's what I see in terms of what might be taking place in your personal life when it comes to this area. And then when I look down at the bottom of the deck, by which these two cards came out, that is the Five of Cups, the Nine of Cups, at the bottom of the deck, what you don't see, that is really showing what is going on behind the scenes, is the Eight of Cups. So we have a lot of cups energy here. Now, you could be dealing with anyone of any sign, but with the cups here, this might be showing, excuse me, that you guys are in fact dealing with someone of a water sign, whether again it's a Scorpio, Pisces, or a Cancer. But the Eight of Cups is an energy of walking away. So if you can look closely at this imagery, there is somebody that is walking away from those cups. They are disconnecting themselves. So that means that you might be at a point that you are ready to move forward, and to move forward, but moving away from a situation that maybe you are just not quite ready for. And I always feel too, what is maybe the key message, key wording, is timing. The timing might not be right for some of you Geminis at this time. So this is like for those that are maybe like just been dating, and you've been dating the person for a minute, but somehow maybe there might be other options that maybe you are wanting to kind of, explore, and maybe not continue to see the person that you are with. It can be anything, but there I do see that there's some type of a emotional disconnection from, or it could be where you might have been battling and holding back your true emotions from someone. So for maybe one or two of you, it could be where maybe you felt that your emotions towards someone have been been strong, but it's kind of for you, it's like it's happening like, whoa, I'm falling in for this person, but I know that I'm not ready yet for a commitment. So this message might be for those that haven't committed yet, but it's like, I need to pull away because my emotions now is coming into play, and I don't see myself just yet quite ready to make a commitment. So there's going to be some type of departure, or maybe saying, speaking your truth, saying, I know we've been seeing each other for a minute, but I am not ready for anything more at this time. So I feel that timing is, for some of you, is of a factor here. All right? So that is what's going on with your personal. So if that part did resonate and it's hitting home for you, let me know in the comment section. Now we're going to shift down to see now how this personal is going to impact you on a spiritual level, because when it comes to the spiritual aspect of our growth, as I mentioned in the description about what June brings for us, I did mention something about a journey. Let me just see. Yeah, toward the end, I said that we are continuing whatever it is that we deal with on a personal level, as we kind of, because personal and spiritual, they go hand in hand. So whatever it is that we are learning on a personal aspect of our lives, it's going to just only enhance and give us more of an enlightenment toward our spiritual journey, if that makes sense. And that's exactly what I mentioned toward the end of what June is about. It's about the process of a continuing process, I should say, of our evolutionary growth into a greater personal authenticity. So if you guys are being called upon to be authentic, then it will only kind of help you when it comes to your own spiritual journey. So with that being said, I pulled out 3 oracle cards, messages from spirit, to see what they want you to know at this time as you now continue your evolving of your own self. And the message, actually, what's very ironic, when it came to the shuffling of the cards, these were all jumpers, and I didn't put it back into the deck. I pulled it out. Nothing is random. So it means that spirit flipped out and made these 3 oracles jump out, simply because the message will somehow correlate with what is going on in your personal. And so now they're telling you, moving forward on your journey, what is the message? What positive messages does spirit have for you to know at this time, my Geminis? This is from the Spirit Messages Oracle deck. And so what came out for you guys, without me shuffling and then picking, being guided to, it flipped out the message here, and it really resonates with the rest of the message. If it's meant to be, it will be. You won't have to force, convince, or worry over it. Let it flow, let it be, and let it come to you. You are attracting everything you need. Trust the timing of your life. So let's break this down right quick. First and foremost, we'll talk about the latter. Trust the timing of your life. I did mention that the timing for some of you might not be right, or it's a time factor where if you're involved with somebody, maybe it's not time to really get into a full-fledged relationship, whatever that may be. And if you are with somebody, but you are deciding to let them go, well, remember what they say. If someone is meant to be in your life, they will be there. So even if there's a separation that is coming up or on the verge, if they are meant to return back into your life, then the universe will have that person to come to you. And we never want to chase love. We never want to feel and put our emotions, thinking about that 5 of Cups. That 5 of Cups is very interesting because remember, the 5 of Cups is an energy of maybe regret, but it's also yearning of something. If you yearn something. So even if you speak your truth, there might be a part of you that might feel sad or in some sort of way feel hurt because you have hurt the other person about speaking your truth, right? And so here it just says, no need to force, convince, or worry about it. Just go with the flow. Always go with the pattern. or whatever it is that is happening in your life, right? And sometimes when we go to that, we might not understand why something is happening. We might not understand why a person have to leave our life, but the universe knows best. And like anything else, if a person, place, or thing, right, it could be any aspect, it's meant to come back and be in your life, it will be there. All right? So that's a very powerful message that some of you needed to hear. Now we move on to the wisdom of the oracle to get the last message from Spirit. And we got clearly message in a bottle. So you can see that this area, the focus is communication, because message in a bottle is relaying a message or receiving a message. But particularly for you Geminis, and by the way, Geminis, you know, you represent the twins, but Geminis also is that of communication. So use your own natural sense of what and how you represent showing up in your zodiac sign is that of communication, speaking your truth at this time, which means that there will be a message that I feel you are giving out. You're not receiving it. You are giving out the message to someone at this time. All right. And so as we close out on this portion of your reading, I wanted to pull something which is another new deck that I have incorporated for you guys. And that is the Oracle deck of crystals, like the crystals deck. Crystals or stones, but this is the crystals deck. When we bring crystals into our growth on our journey, working with crystals, whether you are working with just such as this here, if you are working with a physical crystal, like this is quartz, this is a quartz crystal. This is a universal crystal that works with any and all things. But there is a deck that I purchased. It's a crystal deck. I was guided to see what crystal would be very helpful for you guys during this time. Not for the week, but for the whole month. Because crystals in itself brings an energy. Everything that surrounds us is energy. So when you're working with the crystal, right, it gives you like an extra vibrational energy to help you doing whatever challenge or issues or problems that you might be experiencing. So if there's some type of negativity, if there's an energy surrounding us that we need to release, or if we are having issues within our own internal life, the crystal can help to kind of give us the frequency and the vibration we need to elevate and to give us that boost of maybe confidence if we're lacking confidence. That's just an example. So anyway, as we close out, the crystal that actually, as I said, plopped out or flipped out that I didn't put back was the crystal of Amazonite. This is the crystal. This is how it looks. And speaking about the crystal Amazonite, for those of you that may not have this crystal, now for some of you, you're very much into crystals and stones. So amazingly, if you happen to have this crystal, Spirit is advising you, Geminis, to at this time to maybe try to invest in this crystal. But if you don't have this crystal available, Amazon, which is where I have purchased a few of my crystals, as well as Etsy.com. That's just two sites that you can go to purchase crystals. I would highly suggest that you do that. So let's speak very quickly about what is Amazonite and how will it help you guys during this month. So here it says what it is. It's a brilliant blue-green mineral named after South America's famed river. The best Amazonite comes from Colorado. Now it says what is its usage? What is it needed for? Now, if you have a problem with teeth grinding, it's good. Anyone struggling with a Mercury retrograde, now even though we are not per se under a Mercury retrograde, but if you know about the energy and effects of it, if you're dealing with that and teeth grinding, it's good for you. All right. Now it says, where can you place this stone? You can put it below the throat to relax your jaw from that teeth grinding, and ask for the courage to speak your truth. It really gets me very excited, but it's a bit scary that the cards that come out, that they always seem to synchronize, because the key phrasing here is what? Speaking your truth. So that's why Spirit jumped this card out, because Amazonite is going to help you to speak your truth. And with the Ace of Swords that came out as the overall energy, this is the stone that Spirit says is going to help you, Geminis. And so moving further, it says when to use it. It says when your inner child when your inner child wants a real talk with you, yourself, and you. Ask yourself what little you really want from life. Does it sound like what current you would want if you could just let yourself want it? Perfect. Now say it out loud for the whole universe to hear, and go make it happen. So Amazonite, that is the crystal that Spirit is urging you, Geminis, to use for the whole month. Not just for the week, because this is a weekly reading, but for the whole month. Try to get your hands on Amazonite, where again, you can purchase it on Amazon.com or Etsy.com, ETSY. And I'm actually going to link it into the description box so that you can know what sites you can purchase this stone. Now, moving on, I don't want this to be long. Now we're going to shift over to love and relationships at this time to see what's going on there. I'm almost empty here. All right, so when it comes to love relationships, the energy message here is do not feel bad. Even in matters of the heart, you must be authentic and express how you truly feel, even if it hurts the other person. And I think I touched upon that as we went through the personal and spiritual development. So even if breaking the truth, expressing your truth hurts the other person, it's better to be honest than to be wearing a mask or to pretend when maybe there is an issue that you have with this person. However you feel about whoever it is that you are involved with, it's better to be honest and tell the truth than to continue on living a lie, right? You get the picture. So the two energies that have come out pertaining to this area is that of the Nine of Swords, which again is connected to you guys' element. Swords is connected to air sign. And I'm sorry if you can't see. There we go. Nine of Swords. And again, here's the cups again. Seven of Cups. Now, Seven of Cups is the law of attraction, which equals free will. And remember, I mentioned that some of you might be dating. You might be seeing somebody that perhaps you're not ready to commit to. Why? Because maybe with that law of attraction, there's other options that you have. Maybe you still want to see other people, date other people. However it means for you, this is something where you might have been struggling with. But during this time, you might, like I said, be ready to speak your truth. And then Nine of Swords is you having a lot on your mind pertaining to when and the right thing to say, perhaps, to somebody that you're connected to. Again, with the cups here, it could be that you are, in fact, dealing with someone of water sign. But Nine of Swords is an energy of anxiety where you've been overthinking. And I feel that for some of you, this has been playing out for you for a minute, for the past couple of weeks, maybe 9 weeks, maybe 9 months. You have been seeing somebody and you are ready to, you know, speak your truth, because maybe you have been confused, because the Seven of Cups is also an energy of confusion, having to make a choice. But at the same time, your emotions might have, even though air signs tend to be not too emotional, but you might have been struggling because, like I said before, maybe your emotions have been coming on strong for this person, and maybe it's like something that is scary for you, where it's like, wait a minute, whoa, I'm catching feelings, really feelings for this person, but I'm not quite ready yet. Remember I mentioned about timing. Maybe the timing is not right. Okay, so that's what we got, the main energy surrounding that. And before we continue down, what was at the bottom of the deck was that of the major arcana of the death card. Okay, the death. Now remember, in my description of what June means, I spoke about transformation. It also spoke about death and rebirth. Well, this is the death and rebirth actually here coming out in you guys' reading. Okay, death and rebirth. So there's a metamorphosis, but there's also an ending to a connection or a relationship. And if it hasn't ended yet, this might be just showing up in terms of what might be happening in the days or weeks to come. Somehow during this month of June, there's some type of ending. And for some of you, it could be because, again, underneath this, or I should say on top of the deck, is the Eight of Swords. This is you guys' energy element again, swords. Now, Eight of Swords is an energy of feeling trapped, feeling constricted. Now, for some of you, you might be feeling that you are with somebody, whether it's a masculine or a feminine. If it's a feminine, you might not be ready for anything at this time, and so you might have been feeling constricted from feeling really free, and maybe just wanting to still date. If it's the masculine, you might have been feeling restricted from someone in terms of, you know, again, not wanting to really commit, but you still have a sense of wanting to kind of sow your seeds, if that's the right thing, or just be free to just see anyone at this time. And maybe the person you're with, maybe they are trying to trap you into something that you're not quite ready for. All right, so that's what I got there. And so coming down to see what is the meaning behind that Nine of Swords, what really is going on with that Nine of Swords energy, as I went now to the Love Oracles deck, the Love Oracle that have come out to give the symbolism to what the Nine of Swords mean. You guys got the axe. So you see what that means, axe. And that means cutting something, letting something go, right? Or like that death card, ending something. And so when reading what it is, it says a breakup, a separation, stopping the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. But this really means that there is a breakup. It's very imminent for some of you Geminis that there is going to be some sort of, unfortunate, some sort of breakup, right? Not all breakups or separations. It's going to always be, unless depending on the situation, but you again would know what it means for you. For some, it's good. For some of you, you might feel a sense of freedom, like once you have ended something, that you feel free to be able to, you know, still enjoy life and not be locked into anything serious right now, right? So for some of you, that's what it means. Now, as we wind down to get what your spirit angels wants to say, it has here a reconciliation. This is what came out, reconciliation. Now here the message is someone from your past is returning in your life. So now for some of you, the reason you are ending something is because maybe you have decided to get back with someone from your past. And so of course, if you've just been dating someone and nothing has been serious, well, maybe you are catching feelings because you know behind the wings that there is your ex that is in the middle, but like a third intervention, but behind the scenes there is an ex that you are ready to maybe reconcile with. And so of course you can't continue to see the person you're with and then try to get back with your ex. So for some of you, it's going to be just for a few of you. It's not going to be for everybody, right? For some of you, it's just where you are just not ready yet. And then for some of you, you've been seeing someone maybe religiously, like continuously, but your ex now have surfaced. You guys maybe have got together. Maybe you met up at a coffee shop, or you went to dinner, started talking, started reminiscing, thinking about the past, and then you have caught feelings, and then you realize, I still have love for this person. And I'm going to see if we can reconcile and get past the past and just start something new again. So that's going to be for some of you. All right. Now, to see what the Seven of Cups is, the love oracle that came out, speaking of dating, is date. So date came out. And we know what that means. That means meeting someone. It could be meeting someone new. Dating, getting back out there, plan or set a date. Now, this could be a two-part message. Again, for some of you, as I mentioned, maybe you are looking to reconcile with an ex. And so, like I said, you are you may have met and, made a date to kind of see each other, to see how things can go, to get back together again. For others of you, if you've been dating, you want to continue to date. And that's what I'm saying, because of the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups, again, is the dating card. It is the law of attraction, which is free will. And so we, at the end of the day, we do have free will, right? Even if you are in a relationship or a marriage, if there's a situation or relationship that you are just no longer happy with, it's like, well, hey, I might be bonded, but at the end of it all, I'm not happy. I'm not fulfilled. So, I need to release and let this relationship go so that I can open up to attracting someone else, or for someone else to be attracted to me. There's always the law of attraction, and that we're all governed by it, which means free will. At the end of the day, nobody owns anybody, right? And so that is what is going on there for some of you. Now, closing out this area, to see what your angels have to say pertaining to the message of date, we got releasing your ex. Very clear and straightforward. Release your ex. And that's what this is about. There's a releasing. There's an ending of something for some of you Geminis. It says the time has come to clear your energy. And for some, it's because you are releasing someone to get back with someone from the past. And for some of you, the ex could be where you are, like I said, have been seeing somebody, and now they are becoming an ex, so that you can open up to the new. You can open up to the other options. All right? So this is what the message I got when it comes to love and relationships. If this area of this reading resonates, let me know. Now we're going to shift over to the last part of the reading, and we come now to money, finance, surrounding your job and career. And so the energy message I got pertaining to money and finance is finally speaking up and getting the drive. Finally speaking up. Sometimes I write very fast, and my own handwriting sometimes is not clear. Finally speaking up and getting the drive to go forward, following your intuition and trusting in your own inner compass. And that's exactly what the theme of this whole month of June is about. Remember, I spoke about going within, knowing at the core what it is that you want, but trusting it, right? Because it's one thing to know it, but then to trust it. So you have to trust it. So when it comes to money and finance, the cards that came out, the strongest energies, again, is pertaining to you guys' energy. You got the Knight of Swords and the King of Swords. And swords has, again, to do with that of communication, but the focus is about the truth. But in knowing some sort of truth that is surrounding your job or career, you are taking action. The Knight of Swords is the fastest of the kings, okay? And sometimes our pace can be very slow, like that of the Knight of Pentacles. Sometimes our actions can be a bit, we can have the drive, but then we take a step back. The Knight of Swords is not taking a step back. It's going swiftly, right? Now, sometimes it can be very swift that you may miss something, but in this situation, you air sign, Gemini, you are moving forward in some sort of way. But particularly when it comes to your money. So surrounding your job, for some it's your job. Maybe you are taking action. I feel that when I was doing the shuffling of your cards, I feel that maybe you was presented or was offered with a job, a position, and you dragged your foot and you were still thinking about it. Now I feel that you are knowing that, you know something, I deserve it. I really do want it. And so now maybe you are going to the boss, or you're going to whoever it is that offered you that position, and you're letting them know, speaking the truth, that I do want it. Or it could be the other way around, where perhaps you are ready now to leave your current job and to go to another. And maybe that's something that you've known that you've been wanting to do, but you've been holding back. But now you are going to take action to go to another opportunity. But maybe you was a bit nervous to let your boss know that you are leaving, because maybe you've been with this company for some time. Now, for others of you, if you are in between crossroads, because as I look at the top of the deck, we got your energy directly. The Lovers is connected to, the major arcana of the Lovers is connected to Gemini. So, but it doesn't have to always signify, you know, like an intimate love type of relationship. Lovers can also, just like the Two of Cups, which didn't come out, but it's just like the Two of Cups. It could be that of a business partnership. So for some of you, you might be deciding at this time, starting off this month, that, you know what, I'm deciding, because the Lovers also, back in the day, the Lovers was also known as the choice card. So you guys are like making a choice to maybe stop working for someone, which is good. That's always good, to not work for other people and to become an entrepreneur, to work for yourself. But maybe you might be deciding, or you was thinking, if I want to partner up with someone at the same time. So for some of you, you might be ready to partner up and just go off and work for yourself. All right. And underneath that is the Two of Wands. And then underneath that was the Knight of Wands. So I feel that some of you are taking action to decide or to move forward and to plan some type of project or some type of adventure with a partner, and whatever this may mean, career-wise, that this is something that you're going to be planning to do in the near future. And it may kick off for you during this Gemini season, for your season. All right, my Geminis, that's what I got for you. If this part of the reading resonated, let me know. Send some fire, spark to that thumbs button to give me a like. And once again, if you like the messages that I have presented to you for your birthday day, your birthday week, but more so for the whole month actually, then if you want an extended version of this birthday reading that will tap into your situation and your energy, book me for a personal read. The information will be in the description box. All right, my Geminis, I'm wishing all of you a wonderful solar return year. All the best to you. Let Jupiter really give you that boost to go after your dreams. But more importantly, the emphasis here is speak your truth. Be in your authentic self and trust whatever it is when it comes to making decisions in either your personal, your love life, or surrounding money and career, job, and finance. However it goes. All right. Until the next solar return year, peace, love, and light. Thank you for watching. Bye.